走るの好きか？走るの好きか？
Running in itself, everyone does. You kind of run in volleyball, you run in almost every sport, but running in itself is like the raw footage from a DSLR camera. Yeah, but basically running is the essential part of every other sport, but when you focus on only that aspect, it becomes a whole new different playing field. Run with the Wind has become my favorite anime. For personal reasons, because I related to what the story had to offer, and because it's about running, and I gotta show some love to my fellow runners out there. But yeah, this is gonna be Run with the Wind. To get an understanding about why I love this anime, we first have to look at why I think that way. I did run long distance for about 8 years starting in my middle school, and I didn't know what the hell cross country was. I'm like, alright, we're gonna run across the country, you know what I mean? As a middle schooler running to Mexico and back, Via Mexico, man, my Mexican routes. I joined and I found out it was just running. Anyways, cross country was not the sport I initially wanted. Running distance constantly to the point where it was really hard to breathe, sucked. Running in itself for an extended period of time sucks. My body wasn't adapted to anything as of that time. So for the past 8 years, how I look today is based on my training, I guess, regimen for all those 8 years. Mixed with sweat, failure, strain, success, all those things reflected in what this anime has to offer. It was like I was my own character in the running arc before college. Now we look at the boys who are at college, all with different goals in mind, but running the same path. So any narrative has some sort of story or meaning, and the people portraying that play a big part in doing so. Run with the Wind has a baseline of 10 characters. That's right, 10. Not 1, 2, but 10. Which is relatively okay. Not a small 4-person isekai with someone screaming, but 10 somewhat fleshed out characters. I say somewhat for me because there's an imbalance about how much we know about each person. Kakegurui loves running but lets his anger control him. Haiji also loves running but injured his knee or leg or some sort. Prince is a reader with 0 experience running and doesn't even look like he even runs. Takashi is a country boy from the mountains with the most loving family. Yuki has some family problems and is trying to stray away from that. Akihiro is the oldest that also loved to run but was told he wasn't built for it. Musa is a foreign student. Both Kizuki trends are excited for anything new, and King struggles for employment just like I did for 6 months before making sandwiches at a bougie price, but I'll save that for later. I hate my job. To mix it together, everyone is different, not focused on the sport as other shows like Haikyuu with volleyball and Kyokuro basket and basketball. There are people that have lives. They're not focused on the sport. I guess as an individual person, I can relate to that. First core focused on the recruitment and what they're going through, while the second strengthened their team together. With these people, the interactions are sharp, ragged, like a broken machine, spitting parts, and Haiji sees this and knows its potential. In the end, it's smooth, quiet, and everything works together. And now we venture into animation. It's a make or break for some. Sakuga enthusiasts ferminate in it, but each show has its own style and flavor, and sometimes that flavor is too spicy for some. All jokes aside, Production IG has been successful in portraying sweaty athletes. Sweaty males running. My aesthetic. Like, honestly. Let's play Spot the Background characters. The no mouth. The no face. The low quality greatness. Like, honestly, stars do shine brighter in the spotlight in this case. Okay, so regarding animation, the character design, and how things flowed together, it did well. Not the best, but it works. For instance, it's going for realism. It's not Kyoto's aesthetic, or not a UFO table, but neither of these productions wouldn't do this anime justice as Production IG did during its runtime. Like, it's nothing to say this is the best looking show ever, but it's not the, hey, I'm weirdly grossed out by this one show about ping pong, which, by the way, Ping Pong the animation is not a bad show. In every single show you will notice sound, and sound is what makes and breaks an anime show for me, because A good soundtrack and a good opening and ending is what drives me in, but a story is what really hooks me and lets me stay. To me, the sound in this show flows best at its emotional points of itself. With a sports anime, I notice two things, which is probably obvious, but here they are. One is the forgettable sound during calm moments to fill the empty space, like in the happy moments, in the comedic moments, the non-tense scenes where it's just trying to move the story along. And two, the main original soundtrack, meaning the main OST, which ignites the spark of heavy, uplifting scenes which make it visually appealing and audibly satisfying to hear. Run with the Wind definitely hits out of the ballpark with 180 turnover. Time to shine, let's gain this grain, obtain this loaf, eat this wheat scenes. That's focusing on one aspect. What about the other sounds? The environment. To all my runners out there, if you're watching this, can we agree on one thing, that when running fast and long enough, we do hear wind to an extent? To the sound of shoes hitting pavement, wind in the ears, and the yells of the crowd and team and dog in some cases. It polished the atmosphere of Run with the Wind, set the tone and everything. When they're running in the last event and all these people are shouting, you can actually feel it. Granted, the focus is running, so some things will have less focus on it. To me, the OST, since it is focused on running, it probably won't be a 10 out of 10, but I'll probably give it a high 8. But yeah, this is not including the opening and ending songs. Sports anime is more than just shouting you can do it and action in the sport. Yes, there is a story here. Yes. Well, that's including the built environment in every sports anime except Sangatsu no Lion or golf. I don't know. Is there a golf anime? I don't know. Future Darien, take editing away. The story, in my opinion, is around Haiji's goal to get these people to Hakone Ekiden, and he does his absolute best to act as chef, cooking mama, and head coach with a knee injury. There's a passion that he wants, and bringing the team together is part of that. I found myself having happy tears of satisfaction and laughing at the comedic relief. When they were training, getting different times, I felt that. It may be because I ran distance, but their 23 episode worth of training, it hit home for me. 50% is your body, while the other half is your mind. When Prince got his official record by a few seconds, I felt that. Yeah, some people might not see it that way, but to me, that makes me happy. Because I remember when I ran cross country and I freaking felt that. Like, I will say it is character driven that allows the story to progress the way it does. There are a few points where it's obvious a success benchmark will happen, or something bad will happen to keep things spicy. With a sport like this, finishing is an award in itself. Because even if you don't win first place and you still run and finish and don't give up, that's an award in itself. Haiji accomplished his dream and widened dreams of the whole team. And you know, with a story like Run with the Wind, I guess I give it around an 8 out of 10. I will tell you up front that this is my favorite sports anime, at least, but it isn't my favorite show. But overall, for sports anime, this is number 1. What is my final verdict? Run with the Wind is an anime that focuses on cross-country running with a team of people who aren't athletes in the beginning. It's a show where hardships will happen, but results will follow. It's a sports anime that is character-driven, and to me, don't sleep on Run with the Wind. With that, my final rating is an 8 out of 10 because I relate to running. But yeah, that. If you enjoy the video, you're welcome. Yeah, but that's all. Thanks for watching that.
Na, 走るの好きか?